Hi there, this is Cindy, your host of the Kindness Advantage, where in 10 minutes or less, I will share ways that you can implement kindness not only into your personal life, but your professional life as well. I am excited to welcome you back because this is your go-to podcast for exploring the power of kindness in all forms. Today, I want to celebrate you, right? We are going to talk about the importance of recognizing and celebrating your accomplishments, big or small. So, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think one of the last things I wanted to leave with you today and this month and impress upon you is that celebrating your wins is a form of self kindness and it explores self compassion. I know if you are anything like me, we all strive for those huge wins, right? Big promotion, completed project, maybe finally getting to go on that dream vacation. But when we are on that relentless pursuit to those bigger goals, right? We often overlook all the small victories that have happened along the way. Today, I want to challenge that perspective. And if you're like me, you know that we kind of get stuck in that mindset of if I'm not achieving that big goal, then I haven't achieved anything. Ah, that's nonsense. We need to knock it off, honestly. And I'm talking to me, really. Maybe it has nothing to do with you, but I'm really talking about me. Um, I think it's really important to take a step back and think about how far we've come, right? Maybe it's taken a little bit longer to reach some of those goals, and that's okay, as long as we are taking a step forward towards those goals, right? That's still progress. It doesn't matter how fast. Remember, this life is not a sprint, right? We need to take our time, right? So, why is celebrating your wins so important? And here's how I want to connect the dots to self kindness and self compassion. But number one, it does boost our self esteem. When you take a moment to acknowledge your achievements, regardless of how insignificant they may seem, right? It's a powerful way to build self confidence. Now, think about it. Think about the latest small win you've had. Think about it. What is it? And I hope you share it with me in the comments. But a small win that I've had is that I followed my workout plan for the last week to the T. I was consistent. I did what I needed to do. I showed up for myself and I felt great. Now, have I built amazing muscles? Not yet, but they're coming. Stay tuned. Have I lost all the weight I wanted to lose? Nope. I'm still plugging along, but I stayed committed to the goal of completing the workouts that I needed to do for that week. And yes, it builds self-confidence and it makes me want to continue doing that, right? To stay committed. So number two is it is a big motivator, kind of on that concept of the self-esteem and building your self-confidence. Celebrating your wins is a very potent motivator. It fuels your sense of accomplishment, just like I shared with my fitness goals, and propels you forward towards bigger goals, right? So I completed one full week. Now I can complete, because I know I've completed it once, I know I can do it again for the second week, right? And I can continue building this pattern of success. So it keeps me motivated because I know I've done it before, right? I celebrate my small wins. And I mean, it could be that I just finished the workout. Maybe it wasn't even that I finished the 7 days of it. I finished day one. Yay, let's celebrate. I didn't give up, right? And finally, I really think that it really provides a lot of self compassion power. When you appreciate your progress, I think it fosters self-compassion. It reminds you that you are resilient, you are capable, and you are worthy of recognition. And as you know, life can be tough. Hell, life is tough, not can be. It is tough. Um, and if you know my story and what I've been through, it's been less than 6 months since my husband passed. So I can celebrate the wins of actually just waking up in the morning and getting out of bed, or making it to the office, or doing this podcast, right? It takes a lot out of me to do all of those things. But when I celebrate my wins, my small wins, it's a way that I can actually enjoy the journey and appreciate my own strength and perseverance. Some days it's easier than others, and that's probably true for you as well. So I wrote a couple things down on some practical ways that maybe you could or will help you incorporate more win and celebration in your life. So, number one, I have is creating a win jar. I don't know if you've seen this on Pinterest or on social media, but like every time you achieve something big or small, you write it on a piece of paper and you put it in a jar. And then maybe once a week, once a month, or sometimes they even suggest at the end of the year, but I feel like that's a little too far for what I'm actually talking about here. But take time to reflect on what you have accomplished. Number two, having mini celebrations. What's wrong with throwing yourself a party? I think it's fun. So maybe it's a dance party. Maybe you buy one of those mini bottles of champagne and pop it open on a Tuesday night to celebrate that you just accomplished something. Or maybe it's just that you reach out to a supportive friend and let them know how awesome this success was. And then finally, something I don't think we feel like we should do, but I'm here to share with you. I say go for it, and I think that it is to post or publicly announce your wins. It's not bragging. It really isn't. But there should be no shame in sharing your achievements, right? Post on social media, or if you're not on social media or you don't want to post it on social media, like tell a friend or family member, or get this, write yourself a note and tell yourself how proud you are, and maybe put it in your journal, or if you're not journaling, put it on a nice piece of paper, shove it in an envelope, and put it in your desk drawer for you to stumble across in a year or so. And just recognize how amazing you are. Because guess what? Celebrating your wins isn't about bragging or showing off. It's about acknowledging all your hard work, recognizing your progress, and absolutely fueling your journey towards the bigger goals. And I truly believe that the smallest steps forward are the steps in the right direction, right? We can be turtles and still win the race. I want you to kind of reflect. I actually want to give you an assignment. For those avid listeners, get your pens and papers out, right? Let's go. Now, I want you to maybe take a moment to celebrate your wins, and I want you to share them with me. So email me or drop them on the comments on the podcast, or you know on my social media. Drop me a line. What is something that you want to celebrate, and let me help celebrate you too. I also have a couple resources I found that might be helpful to you. So, uh, Gretchen Rubin's The Happiness Project, if you haven't read it, I highly encourage you to do that. And The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. I think you will relish in those two books and find them very encouraging. So go ahead, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a high five. You are amazing. And thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. Let's all commit to celebrating each other and ourselves one win at a time. I thank you so much for listening. If you loved this, please share it with somebody that needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time. Go celebrate you.